Members of an Indigenous hockey team say they faced racist taunts and they were treated unfairly at a recent tournament in Quebec City.
Gang de sauvage! Gang de racistes!
That last voice you're hearing is the manager of the First Nation Elites Bantam hockey team. He shot the video of that game after he was kicked off the bench, and you can hear what sounds like parents shouting a racist taunt at the team. Well, my next guest says that wasn't the only racist taunt his team faced during the tournament. Our Chase team has managed to reach Tommy Neeposh. He shot that video last week. He is in Radisson, Quebec. I'm appalled, to tell you the truth, and I just like to know what reaction you're getting from people who have been watching your video and have heard the story, Tommy.
Yeah, we've been receiving a lot of positive comments about it, from a lot of help from other news networks, and right now as we speak, I'm receiving these from Quebec and saying that I don't know what he's saying, he's threatening, but what our boys faced was really, that was a little too much. I have never experienced that before.
You know what, you say a little too much, I say a lot too much. And usually as a journalist, you know, you don't take a side on this, but when somebody calls a team a gang of savages, a gang de sauvage, I think what is happening in our country is, what is your team saying to you, these boys who are 13 and 14?
Wow, seriously, you know, like, in my lifetime, I faced racism before, but not at this level. And parents jumping in, organizations jumping in. I have never experienced something so bad. Even the referees were attacking our boys, giving them lousy, cheap penalty calls. And now they're saying it's our fault because after a few games, you get calls on only one side. Well, what do you expect the boys are going to react? They're 13, 14. They know what's up right now.
Tommy, you filed a complaint with the organizers. What was the response to you filing a complaint? What did they tell you?
At first, at the end of the tournament, I asked for the game sheets and everything just to get the name of the referees and everything because I wanted to file a complaint in a professional manner. So I only got the email that I emailed the organization, which is Vice President Savini, and it turns out he erased everything on his organization, and there is no stats whatsoever. But I knew when I got kicked out of that last game, I had to take a video. I just had to.
And where do you take it from here then?
Well, right now it's just that the positive side of this is it's 2018. Why would anyone scream at 13-year-olds like that and tell them gang de sauvage? And it just, yes, our boys at the end of the tournament, they got frustrated. So we're trying to look at this in the positive side, you know, and hope it never happens again in the future, because I'm looking at the other generations coming up, because there's a lot of hockey players coming from the First Nation side. And
yeah,
slowly.
But, you know, you say you hope for the best. You hope for the best, but you plan for the worst. That's kind of my thinking. So what do you do to allow you to hope for the best? Because you have to take some action. What are you doing to deal with the kickback from this on maybe the minds of these 13 and 14-year-olds and on an organization, a hockey organization that should know better?
Exactly what we said. At the end of the game, the last game where our boys got called savages, I asked for every piece of evidence that they'd have, but they did not do anything. It started from the first game where they taunted us with the war cries, and the refs just smiled at him, and the coaches saw everything, and they all tried to hide it, and I went straight to the organization. And at the end of the day, I'm proud of my boys that they didn't do any racial taunts. For sure in the game something was said, but I did not hear any of my players say anything racial. But I told them that we were going to face this for the rest of our lives, so I hope it doesn't ruin their future, you know?
I definitely know. I have a final question for you, though. What is your message to Canadians who are watching this right now and who may be, in their minds thinking, just not acceptable?
It's just, no, that I was thinking, like, it's 2018. Why in the hell, sorry about that, but why would racism still exist? This is serious. And I thought at that age, parents and especially the opposing team would know not to racial taunt us in that way. And it's just to send a positive message to everyone out there that's to keep going at it. Because I'm proud of my boys. They did not break sticks. They did not throw sticks. They did not do any violence whatsoever.
I want to thank you, Tommy. It's a story I'm sure people will be talking about in the days ahead. But I appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us.
Yes, thanks again.
Tommy Neeposh is manager of the First Nation Elites Bantam AAA team.